beautiful morning in the desert of Arizona for the National Car Rental PGA Junior League Championship from Greyhawk Golf Club's Raptor Course here in Scottsdale. Over the next 3 days, you'll see some of the best kids in America playing this great game. With Andy North, Susie Whaley, and Michael Collins, I'm Taylor Zarzer. Privileged to be documenting the stories of each of these kids, ages 10 through 13. 41 PGA of America sections were conducted all over the country, and these are the 12 teams that made it through sectionals to reach this stage. Today and tomorrow playing stroke play, and tomorrow and on Sunday you have the semifinals and the finals in a match play format. Again, with those 12 teams playing out on the golf course, they each will have 8 players. Illinois on the tee, getting ready to play Team North Carolina. Let's bring in two-time U.S. Open champion Andy North. What a privilege to be here, Andy, and watch these kids play.
It really is. Had the pleasure to be here 2 years ago before COVID hit, and it was one of the most enjoyable weeks we had.
Illinois. This is a bogey putt that Charlie Forrest was unable to make. They hit it in the water as they started on the 10th tee this morning. And again, they won't be competing in match play, Andy, against each other. They're putting up the best score they can possibly play, but just grouped with this other team.
Yeah, there's 4 pairs for each team, and the low 3 at the end of the 9 holes will be counted. So you can have a poor day, one of the 9s, and come back and be the stars of the team by playing well later on in the week.
Cash Sherry studying his par putt. His partner Zabe Shores watching behind him. Well done.
These greens have quite a bit of grain, the ball, and quite a bit of slope. You're going to see some very, very difficult 5 and 6 foot putts this week that will break 4, 5, 6 inches.
Well, that was pretty quick. You got to love the pace of play right there.
Always love to see that. First group now back to the 10th, where Team Illinois is getting ready to hit second shots. This is Matt Lim for Team Illinois.
Front hole location at the 10th. Very doable today. Just throw it right in there, and the ball's going to stop nicely. If you hit it past the hole, there's a little bit of a backstop. The ball will come back down close to the hole, so we could see some birdies there.
Lim leaves his pair about 20 feet left for birdie after his partner hit it in the water, so they'll use that birdie putt. First tee.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 1 of the 2021 National Car Rental PGA Junior League Championship right here at Greyhawk Golf Club. This is the 8 o'clock starting time, consisting of Team Illinois and Team North Carolina. The walking score for this group will be Sam Martin. Team Illinois is represented by William Quay and Samuel Carraher. Team North Carolina is represented by Graydon Lomax and Grayson Balcom.
We have teams going off.
First to play, representing Team Illinois, Samuel Carraher.
We have teams going off each side, so this is the first hole of this competition for this team, but this is the 10th hole, par 4, 359 yards. And Carraher, soon to be 13 years old, from Crown Point, Indiana.
Precise driving, because there's a creek that runs down the right side of the hole, and there's some trees on the left that block out the second shot. So you've got to put it right on top of the ridge, about 240 yards off the tee, and you'll be in nice shape. That one might have to worry about the trees on the left.
Team Illinois, William Quay.
Quay will try to hit it a little bit right of that, as Andy just referenced.
William wanted to be sure to tell me on the range this morning that he has a pet snake named Kobe. He likes to wrap it around his neck. I said, well, that's wonderful news. How about you just keep hitting golf balls?
A lot less pressure hitting this tee shot than having that around your neck.
Exactly right.
Caraher and Quay off at the first, and they'll use Quay's tee shot there.
Now on the tee, representing Team North Carolina.
Because I would have been up there dead serious. They had music playing. You probably heard earlier when some of them were teeing off, they picked their own walk-up music. So yeah, of course they're a little nervous. They're playing for their whole team. It's a big deal. It's a national championship. But once they get that club in their hands, they're just athletes. You just want them to go out and enjoy it, play it. It's interesting, though, the order as the coaches have put them out, and then how the kids decide who's going to go first and who's going to go second. I think that makes a difference. And sometimes you think the person who's the strongest player might go second. But the nerves come off if you have that player go first in the beginning.
Quay hit it into the right bunker. Caraher, oh, great shot. This will be inside 10 feet.
His team calls him Bear. We got to start calling him Bear.
In fact, let's learn a little bit more about Team Illinois here with Bear and his teammates.
My name is Joe Scott. I live in Lamont, Illinois. Favorite subject in school is science, because we do a lot of experiments.
My name is Michael Jaworski. I am from Clarendon Hills, Illinois. My favorite golf club is my driver because I can hit it really straight.
My name is Victoria Quay, and I'm from Lake Forest, Illinois. My favorite subject in school is math because I love using formulas to solve problems.
I'm William Quay, and I'm from Lake Forest, Illinois. My favorite club in my bag is my gap wedge because I just think I always make really solid contact with it.
I'm Daniel Chang, and I'm from Woodridge, Illinois. I like my 60 degree because when I don't play well with my long game, I can really rely on it to get up and down.
My name's Matthew Lim. I'm from Naperville, Illinois. I would choose Tiger Woods because he's a great player and he's also really clutch.
My name is Sam Carrer, and I'm from Crown Point, Indiana. My favorite subject in school is social studies because I like learning about history.
My name is Charlie Forrest, and I'm from Western Springs, Illinois. My favorite subject in school is probably science.
Hi, I'm Kevin Weeks, captain of Team Illinois. This is our 5th straight time to make the national finals. We're the first facility that's gone to 5 straight national championships.
Impressive what Captain Kevin Weeks and his coach Clayton Pendergraft have done to bring this team together. And you notice Sam Caraher technically lives in Indiana, just across the border. It looks like he's influenced the team colors too, Andy, with either Wisconsin or Hoosier red for Team Illinois.
I suspect they'll be in some orange and blue the next couple of days.
And Kevin has 170 kids in his PGA Junior League program at Cog Hill. And I spoke to him, and he said he has, Susie, I had 9 tour wins with tour players, not himself winning, but as a coach. And he said, I got to be honest with you, this just meets that even more. And so Kevin's just a consummate. He loves this championship. He loves PGA Junior League. And as you heard, it's his 5th straight appearance here, which is pretty incredible.
Susie, what I think is really interesting is that you think that these are just the best players. That's not necessarily so. When you start at that local level, you may take one of your best players and pair them with someone who's never played but is a good putter. And the team works well, and that's a nice way to take pressure off of the beginner that gets started in this program.
It's such a beautiful program. Just for that point, Andy, you have mentors, the 13-year-olds who maybe have become really good players, start to mentor the 10-year-olds. And as you said, those 10-year and 11-year-olds, their short games are stellar because they don't hit the ball as far.
Watching all these kids the last couple, I get such a kick out of the different sizes of these kids from 12, 13 years old, that you can be 40 pounds and a foot taller than your guy you're playing with and you're the same age, because at this point in time, you're growing all over the place. So it is funny that some of these kids you'll see, guys are hitting at 280, 290, 300 yards, and that playing partner might only be able to hit at 200 yards. So it's really fun to see them, how they interact and how they try to figure out how to shoot the best score they can.
Chang threw it up in the air there, comes up just a bit short.
Here's a great example of one of these greens where it really falls off. That where they're playing from is probably 8 to 10 feet below green level, so they aren't able to even see the top of the flag.
Sloping hard from right to left for Charlie Forrest. Goes to run and look after it. Just a bit deep there.
And that's the difficulty of the shot. You really don't have a feel through your eyes of what the shot's going to be because you can't see the whole area.
North Carolina also off 65,000 this year in 2021 alone. There can't be anything more fulfilling than that.
Oh, it's so special, and hats off to the PGA and LPGA professionals that are the captains and the coaches and the associates that we have, because COVID did not make any of this easy, and it's so exciting.
Eccles in the background. Back out to the par 5 11th. Charlie Forrest, after a double bogey at the first, has this left for birdie.
Obviously very important to get something positive going.
How about
just
that?
Just pouring it in.
Bang.
To be able to putt like an 11 or 12-year-old. Just aim it, hit it, and make it.
Fearless for Forrest. Yards short of the green.
Now there's two sets of tees. The boys 10 and 11 play the circle tees, and the girls under 13 and under also play that tee. That's perfect. What a great shot.
Michael Jaworski. The PGA Tour is just 6 hours away in Las Vegas. I hope they're watching Jaworski's pace of play right there. Joseph Scott now from 15 yards further.
His name is PETA. He wants to own a cow farm. I mean, really, when we ask these kids these questions, what do we want to do? I want to own a cow farm. I think it's fantastic. He's played since he was 2 years old.
Foul ball there, but Jaworski is in there tight, and they'll use his for birdie. Now the left-hander, Slater Mead. After, as Mike said, San Espargo, really impressive way of creating a good shot there, and a pretty good one for Mead too, Andy.
Well, bouncing it into the face, that slope, that's really a tough shot, and both players played it beautifully.
Michael was talking about Michael Jaworski. Outstanding approach shot there at the par 3, Susie.
So good, a great opportunity for them. He went first too, which I don't know if you remember, but typically the person in the blue tee would go first. The square tee, he was playing off the orange, and certainly they had a good plan there.
Perfect conditions too, Michael, out there on the golf course early on a Friday.
Not a breath of wind whatsoever out here. These guys, take a good look at this putt. Just want you to move a little right. Just played a little too much break and was a little too much speed in that one. One of the keys to this golf course is knowing where the mountains are, and they're behind this green, and then everything slopes towards the valley. So even though the beginning of this putt looks uphill, it's really not. And there won't be quite as much break in this as you might see. Pace is going to be the key here. Let's see if Jaworski can make a birdie on his own for Team Illinois.
He knew it immediately. Kevin Na walks after, makes. Jaworski immediately steps out of that one.
And there's not a lot of effort. They get that little one out of the way quickly, too. No marking, cleaning, lining up.
Yeah.
Just knock it in and let's
No
go.
reading it from the other side. No aim point involved.
A look at what this pair is doing. This is William Quay in the fairway, Andy.
Back right hole location at 11. Bunker comes into play.
Wow.
Not with that shot. What an unbelievable shot. Tap in birdie. Great way to get your day started.
Quay and Caraher will pick up a shot there at the 11th. It's a nice overhead look of the par 3 13th. North Carolina and Illinois team together today playing out there, and our favorite caddy, Michael Collins, is watching the action as Daniel Chang is on the tee, MC.
I'll tell you, walking over from 12 to 13, I said, "How you doing, Daniel?" And he goes, "Oh," and just smiled and laughed. But that swing was pure right there. Daniel earlier this week told me, if he makes a birdie, he's got a special dance, and he showed it to me. So we might not be rooting for the Illinois team, but I'm definitely rooting for the Chang dance to get busted out at some point.
Just off the green, but hole high. As Charlie Forrest will step in. That's what it's all about, Andy. You've been saying that for a couple of days. Having fun. You were in the biggest of pressure cookers, winning U.S. Opens twice. In order to get to that point one day, you have to have fun at this age.
I think, people ask you, what were your most important wins, or what were your most important, things you learned during the game? And so many of those lessons are learned at 12, 13, 14 years old. When you're disappointed, you get beat, you lose a playoff in something, or you finally win a playoff, or you win your first event. Those are the kind of things that stick with you. Sometimes become more important than the big things that happen to you later in life.
Forrest with a medal there hits a good shot. He might be doing a dance in just a moment.
Same thing. He just looks so jacked up on the first tee. Let's go. I go, breathe, brother.
Oh, look
breathe.
at this dance, Michael. We've got Mr. William Quay. That was a bird dance, I believe, after a tap-in birdie putt.
It put more life into me about, why I played this game. So you got to remind yourself at the end of the day, hey, I love doing this. It's fun. And if you can keep it fun, you end up playing better golf.
The perfect way to wrap. 13th. Just a moment ago, Illinois on the tee. Sam Caraher.
163 yards today. Hole cut in the back portion of the green. And that bunker's a good 5 or 6 yards below the surface of the green. You won't have any idea where that flagstick is.
Now, Michael Collins is out there watching at the par 3 13th. Now, Mike, just a couple of minutes ago, William Quay did the bird dance. We might see it again if he hits one in here tight. First, we'll watch Grayson Ball.
Correct. He's got his feet aimed a little bit left, like he's going to try and play a cut.
What a shot. We may see
High
the dance
five
again.
for the teammates back there as well. They both discussed it. They were so excited they grabbed the wrong push carts. That's how you know it's a good day. When you start making 50-foot putts, you're doing the Chang dance, and then you're like, I hit it so good, I'll push your cart. You push mine. Let's go.
Great to see Team Illinois having some fun. Walking through the desert to get up there to the green at the par 3 13th. Over on the first 9, the par 3 5th, where Tennessee and Pennsylvania are playing. Just a moment ago, we are going to be real good buddies by the end of the weekend.
I'm not going to say whether we have or have not hung out at the snow cone
The snow cone truck?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Michael, is Clayton out there, their coach, because the team went out and bought with their own money him a fluffy unicorn that he's hanging from his belt so he could squeeze it every time they hit a bad shot. Have you seen any of that?
I will say that there is a gentleman out here with a unicorn hanging from his belt, standing behind the green a little bit left.
You have found Coach Clayton.
Clayton Pendergraft. There he is. There's the unicorn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one other beautiful thing about a team like this is, if you do something like that for your coach, they can't say no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to wear your lucky unicorn. Oh, yeah, you are. There was a little bit of a discussion of which team was going to be putting first, and it looks like Team Illinois will be first to putt. Now, they have a little bit of an uphill putt. They should be just outside the right edge. Speed is going to be the key on this one.
For a bird, you could see a dance.
Caraher.
That ball never moved. He put it just on the right edge, gave it perfect speed, and it never moved.
He hit an outstanding approach shot at 10 and only had a foot left and did the Chang dance, trying to do it again.
William Quay. Speed's good. Gave the fist pump. Wait, where's the yeah, there it is. And I get the head nod. That's right.
That man needs to be Michael Collins' understudy at events all over the world. Minnesota team colors that they're wearing that don't necessarily represent those states. For example, you might think Oklahoma or Indiana with those colors. Nope, this is Illinois. Matthew Lim on the tee. Staring it down for good reason.
His team calls him Limmy. He actually cracked his driver face yesterday, and Colt Knost gave him one of his.
He did. Colt.
I asked this brother and sister duo this morning if they were teeing it up together. They both looked up at me at the same time and said, absolutely not.
Well, each team's going to have virtually the same look at birdie coming up in just a moment in this scramble format.
Victoria wants to play golf at Yale.
They have a wonderful university golf course at Yale, one of the best golf courses in the Northeast. I just think they're doing a little remodeling project there, too.
Susie, during our break between coverage, I know you had a chance to go out there and visit with the teams.
Did. I talked to some of the coaches. You know, obviously, just as we'd all expect, those that are leading are in really good moods. You look at some of the scores that were tossed. Florida threw out -2. I mean, just incredible golf. And what you're looking at here is they're doing a little aim point together. This is called dual aim point. Trying to figure out which way this is breaking. They've left themselves in a perfect spot, Andy.
It's pretty much straight down that hill, and it's going to be really quick. The valley is to our television left, so they're putting straight down valley. Literally, all you have to do is just get this putt started, and it'll get to the hole.
Haga and Song will be paying close attention. You see their mark just to the right of the golf ball. They have virtually the same putt.
These are the kind of putts you'll just love, because all you've got to do is just start it on your line. You don't have to worry about trying to hit it hard.
So Lim just slides it by, and McQuay will still have a chance for birdie. Again, it's a two-person scramble with 4 total two-person pairs per team. Back to the dual aim point.
But I was ready to hit it.
Yeah. She's like, can you get out of the way, please, so
Please.
I can go?
Seen Dustin Johnson and his brother Austin perfect that on the PGA Tour. It worked.
There you have it. Good for her. She was patient. She waited for him.
Leaves the hole with a smile after a 2. Good teamwork.
Like you can off a bent.
They'll use Sherry's chip shot coming up in just a moment. Sam Caraher is on the tee at the par 3/8.
141, back left hole location. Got to take it right over that left bunker. Obviously, the safe shot is put it out in the middle of the green, but it's hard to make yourself shoot it over there. Good play.
North Carolina already on the green right next to him. And again, Crown Point, Indiana, just on the other side of the state line. That's why Caraher gets to play for Team Illinois.
And it's probably not that far from the club that they're playing out of, Cog Hill, that it's probably only 25 miles. So he might be closer to some of the kids from the north side of town.
Let's check on the 9th hole, the par 4. Chang and Forrest for Illinois with birdie putts here, Susie. The shot making is just so fun to watch these guys.
Well, it's so fun. They've all relaxed a little bit. Those first couple holes coming out of the gate this morning, everybody was a little tight. Now they're just playing their games. You can see him kneeling down right behind him, watching the line. They really are working together so well as pairs.
They had it figured out perfectly, just a little more steam.
So a tap-in par for Chang and Forrest.
You don't see many tentative putts out of these youngsters. They give it a wrap most of the holes.
Hats off after Shores, the 12-year-old from Pinehurst, makes the putt.
Coach Kevin Weeks, PGA professional.
There's Michael Jaworski. Some great shot making from Team Illinois on the par 3 13th.
Par 3 13th just does a nice smooth golf swing. Hole is finished watching it, just perfectly placed short of the flagstick and let it run up just to the right of the hole.
This is probably the most difficult par 3 in the golf course, and they're making it look easy.
Maybe the shot of the morning, William Quay, third shot at 11.
We've seen so many quality shots to the back right hole location. Just start out over the corner of the bunker and just let it go. We've seen a lot of balls end up in tap-in range. Now this might just be the best part of the hole. It rips it in from 9 inches and has to celebrate.
And right in the face of Team North Carolina as well, no matter how long the putt is. Dad Shannon is looking on. Meanwhile, Illinois. Lim had the birdie putt first and leaves it short, but Quay will have a chance.
It's just so slow going back up a little bit of a hill, and the valley is behind them, so everything runs that direction. So whatever uphill it is, it's even exaggerated.
Wasting no time, Susie.
Yeah, she's a quick player. She saw what she needed to see. It's a good pace.
Quay taps it in.
So Gracie Song is a terrific painter. She loves to paint sunsets. So I asked her if she was going to do that here, the best sunsets in the world. She said, I couldn't bring my paint.
Checking on Illinois, William Quay from downtown.
We're all hoping it goes in. Love to see another dance.
Caraher already has putt. So they'll pick which one is closer and tap that in. Now, North Carolina with birdie putts.
This part of the green is fairly flat, but the valley effect runs from their right to left. So if anything, this ball should move that direction.
If you were with us this morning, I loved Andy's comments about these two players having to figure it out for themselves. They have to communicate with each other, figure out the break. They don't get any coaching while they're out here trying to attempt these putts.
I really do like that about how they set this format up. The coaches can talk to them in between greens and tees just in case there's a meltdown. They can get them back organized again. But let these kids get out here and figure it out. And it's amazing if you stay out of their way, they usually do.
Oftentimes they've played together all year too, so they know each other's tendencies. They know when people are down, when they're up, and I think that's the fun team format. When golf is typically individual, it makes PGA Junior League so much fun. You high five on a great one, and you look at each other when you both hit it poorly and say, oh geez, let's go find it and hit it again. And it's just a wonderful way to play the game.
The Illinois guys are able to tap it in and make par, and North Carolina will do that as well.
I like to have William putting my 4-footers. He sure made a lot of them today.
Hats off. Another good round for each of these four. And 22 and under par, Illinois, with Captain Kevin Weeks and Coach Clayton Pendergraph enjoying a good first day at 18 under. PGA Junior League is fun for the whole family. Head to PGAJuniorLeague.com to learn more and get involved. More from Scottsdale in just a moment.